Washington, President Trump has escalated his fiery attacks on the news media, seizing on a recent string of mistaken reports to bolster his case that he is being persecuted by a left-leaning establishment out to bring him down and fueling a national debate over truth, accountability and a free press. In a series of broadsides reflecting his own profound grievances while also resonating with his populist conservative base, Mr. Trump castigated ABC News for a horrendously inaccurate and dishonest report, declared that CNN's slogan should be the least trusted name in news and insisted that a Washington Post reporter should be fired. While every president has groused about his coverage, Mr. Trump has proved to be the most vocal and visceral news media critic in the Oval Office in at least a generation. In recent days, news outlets have provided him ammunition with reporting errors. But the barrage has deepened concern among media executives about what they see as a concerted campaign to discredit independent journalism. The tension erupted Monday in the White House briefing room when Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the president's press secretary, engaged in a testy exchange with reporters. She said bias in news reports has gotten out of control and should be taken seriously, dismissing journalists who attributed recent errors to honest mistakes that were corrected. You cannot say that it's an honest mistake when you're purposefully putting out information that you know to be false, she told reporters, or when you're taking information that hasn't been validated, that hasn't been offered any credibility, and that has been continually denied by a number of people, including people with direct knowledge of an instance. Are you speaking about the president? One reporter asked in light of Mr. Trump's own history of making claims that have not been validated and have been continually denied. While news organizations targeted by Mr. Trump have corrected factual errors and in one recent case suspended a reporter, Mr. Trump has never backed down, for instance, from unsubstantiated claims that President Barack Obama wiretapped Trump Tower or that millions of illegal immigrants cast votes last year, swinging the popular tally against him. Just last month, Mr. Trump shared with nearly 44 million Twitter followers anti-Muslim videos without verifying them, one purported to show a Dutch boy being beaten by a Muslim migrant who in fact was not a Muslim migrant. Mr. Trump issued no correction, and Ms. Sanders at the time said it did not matter if the video were real because the threat is real. Mr. Trump has had a long history of interacting with the news media from his days as a New York developer, but it was largely transactional as he sought favorable coverage. During his business days, he planted items in gossip columns and even called reporters and used a false name, pretending to be his spokesman. By his own account, he has always craved media attention, but his encounters with the Washington press corps have turned increasingly bitter. At one point, Mr.